welcome to the first episode of the Self-Development Podcast. And today's episode will be about FAQ with Warren Buffett. And actually, when you type in Warren Buffett FAQ, then there's the first page, which I assume is Warren Buffett's official page, and there are several sections from investing approach to thanks and credits. So never mind. But what did I do? I think it was investing approach. But I will go back and I will have to pick another one. Yes, I have to pick another one. So, let me see. Personal. So, Warren Buffett. Yes, there it is. So, the first question, which is the source from Tuck School of Business trip to Omaha? And the first question is, after all your accomplishments, what legacy do you want to leave behind? And his answer is, I will shorten it. I think an example is the best thing you can leave behind, and I think he is absolutely right. Why would you build a $1 million or $1 billion company, but everyone thinks that you're a total jerk? Nobody likes you, and when you die, everybody is like, yeah, that's great that he died. I assume you don't want this. Sorry if it's loud, but I have to plug in my phone. So, nevertheless, an example is the best thing you can leave behind. It's just what I think, because I really want that people say after I died that unfortunately I died, not fortunately. And I think that's really important, actually. Let's head to the next question. What led you to develop your values and goals at an early age? And he says, I was lucky because I knew what I loved at an early age. I was wired in a certain way when I was born, and I was lucky enough to stumble upon some books at a library at a very early age. And it's also a really important thing that you know what you're either good at or what you love, and most of the time you are good at something you love, or you love something at which you are good at. And you might be in a stage a little bit later, or you might be in this stage right now, and you really have to think about what you want to do your whole life from now on, or from a year later on. And it's actually really hard and tough to think about this question, because it will determine your life in such an amazing or big way, and it's not something you just decide from one to another point just in 1 second or something. Just wouldn't be like this. And he also says, if I had been born 2,000 years ago, I'd been somebody's lunch. I couldn't run fast, etc. So he's just making fun of himself. I assume he's not the sportiest guy out there. And he also says that he was really lucky, and he had a terrific set of parents. And his father was an enormous inspiration for him. And you can too get inspiration, and the source is Student Visit from 2005 May to the 6th of May 2005. And his father was something like a mentor for him, or at least someone he was inspired by or he looked up to. And you can get yourself a person like this also. So what Tai Lopez said, and I really can suggest him to you because he has a lot of knowledge, and he also thinks that knowledge is king and knowledge is worth, and knowledge makes you rich, and in some kind it's true. And he said that a really famous basketball player, I don't remember his name, never mind, but he was watching a lot of I just have to look it up. A lot of LeBron's videos on YouTube or on other platforms then, and he said that he only got good at basketball or in basketball by watching LeBron's videos or Michael Jordan's videos even. And that's just amazing. So you can get yourself a mentor or somebody you look up to by only watching his videos, and so you'll learn from him, which is called osmosis, actually, that you learn from somewhere else, like it was, actually up to now. When you look in from 2,000 years from now, people who may choose learn it from their parents or from the father or whatever, by looking at what he is doing and what he does and what he did and what he did wrong, and they didn't do what he did wrong, as easy as it is. Another question: are you a goal-oriented person? And when you were in college, did you set goals for yourself? And he said, I have always liked businesses and wanted to be in businesses. This is my letter from 1950 when I was at the University of Nebraska. It shows the investment in my golf ball business. I had $44 of cash and half interest in a car. I also had a brokerage account, but had to buy stocks in my sister's name because I was underage. Source: University of Nebraska Business Magazine, from 2001 actually. And he was goal-oriented, as you can tell by this. Your goals were financial then. Business: I like the process of business. Money is a way to be in business, but the real fun is the activity itself. So you can really see by what he's saying that he isn't, he might be loving cash or money, but he isn't living for money. He's living for the way to get money, or the activity to get money, and not for the money itself. And it's something you see a lot of entrepreneurs and famous people and also successful people say that at first he started only for the cash. So for example, Tom Bilyeu, which I heard a podcast of him with Gary Vee. I can really suggest it to you. The Gary Vee audio experience, it is called. You can nearly or hardly listen to it just anywhere. He told the viewers that, listeners, that at first he was only about the money. He just chased the money, and which let him burn out. And so he changed his mind and did everything to benefit other people. That's what I see in Warren Buffett's answer there. Let's see what we've got. How do you spend your day? Last question for today, actually. He wakes up at 6:45, reads paper at home, often doesn't make it into the office until after the market opens. No set schedule. WB hates waving a full calendar. So Warren Buffett always takes reading material home, and he actually spends and I wasn't sure about it, but as I read it now, I am sure he spends 80% of the day reading and 20% talking on the phone. And then he said it might be more like 90 to 10. So 90% of the day reading and 10% talking on the phone. But phone conversations are generally short. Buffett wonderful notes from January 2005, and assume what I say a lot today, that it is the same thing now. And for that, I really thank you for listening to my podcast, and if there are any critiques or anything you want to tell me, go ahead to Instagram, or even if there's a comment function on this podcast, comment or on Instagram, as I said, by self-development_W